Hi there, Heather Steves here. Today I want to show you a card that I'm making featuring a bunch of new product from the two idea books that were released September 2020, the annual idea book as well as the seasonal idea book. So I'm starting out with a piece of black cardstock for my card base. I've cut that to size and I'm scoring it. And now I have a piece of the wood grain paper that's in our annual idea book, and I've cut that down to size to fit onto my card. So I'm just going to adhere that down. I'm deciding whether or not I want to mat it with white, but I decided I didn't want to. I'm just going to leave it directly on the black. Now I've also taken a piece of the sunflower paper from the Bloom with Grace paper pack. So this is in the seasonal September-October 2020 idea book. I've cut it with the new hexagon stitch thin cuts, which I absolutely love. And then I've matted it onto some black cardstock as well. And I've trimmed it up just by hand, well, using my trimmer. But I was going to mat it with the larger hexagon thin cut, but I changed my mind and I decided just to do a plain mat. Now, because I'm going to stamp my sentiment onto this pattern paper, I want to make sure that my positioning is right and that just in case there's any issues, I can restamp it. So I'm using my stamp platform and I'm positioning that on there, and I'm grabbing my intense black ink pad because I want to make sure that because it's a pattern paper that I have the darkest, blackest stamp that I can get, stamped image. And so that's the best option for this. So I'm just getting everything placed correctly. And then I'm going to go ahead and ink that up. My intense black is very juicy, so I used a lot of pressure. And although my stamp image was perfectly fine, it did get a lot of ink in the creases of my stamp. So you'll watch as I try to struggle to get it clean. It really doesn't impact the stamp if I don't get all of the ink off. I'm just a bit of a, OCD, so I like to get it nice and clean. So you can see I'm just using my stamp chamois, which did clean off the surface, but didn't quite get into those cracks. So I've sprayed it with my old spritz cleaner, and I'm using my stamp scrubber. And I'm still not totally happy with that, so last resort, I'm getting out my Stays On ink cleaner, which does tend to work a little bit better on the intense black, and I'm putting some of that on and then using my stamp scrubber to get into all those crevices. So it's not perfect, but it works, and like I said, it's just staining. It doesn't really affect the stamp or how it works. I just like to try on a brand new stamp to get it as clean as possible. So now that I have my sentiment all ready to go, I've just pulled out my springtime flower sequins. So again, they're a new product that came out September 1st. And I'm just playing around with some placement and how those are going to look on my card. And just putting all of the pieces together. So now I've grabbed some gold embellishing thread, and I'm just playing around with adding that to the card. I just feel like I need a little bit something, so I'm playing around, fiddling with it, trying to get it exactly right. And then I think, okay, I'm gonna pop up that sentiment anyway, so let's put some foam tape on there, and then I can stick my embellishing thread onto it. So as I'm finishing up here, I did realize after I finished recording that I wanted to add just a little bit something just near the sentiment there. So I pulled out a little wooden heart from my stash, and I had a gold ink pad that I just covered it with to have it coordinate with the gold embellishing thread. So I hope you enjoyed my video today. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we will see you again soon.